Rapid growth is a sign of success, but it has a way of exposing cracks.
Our issue was tons of clutter. We had stuff everywhere.
Unorganized. We spent a lot of time needlessly looking for things.
It takes a toll on people.
It was very hectic. I was doing all the scheduling at the time up until this point.
We rated our customer on-time delivery to promises, and we were 60% to what we promised and 30% to what they expected.
And masks the real problem.
Do I add on to the back of the building, or do I go out and rent space in one of the buildings in the area because I'm out of room? We're up against the walls. And the board said, you don't do either one. What you need to do is reinvigorate your lean initiative.
You know, we've been through lean before, but it's been a real short project. You know, work on this area, and we make some improvements, and then the company would go away, and then things would slowly fall back to where they were.
For lean to recover enough space, it would take a concentrated effort. For lean to be sustainable, minds and habits would have to change.
I spent several hours a day just doing the scheduling and not really looking over the plant as I should in more detail. I was spending a lot of time running around micromanaging.
Mark was the quintessential production manager. You know, firefighting, people coming to him for questions. The operation didn't move an inch unless they checked it with Mark.
What seemed like Mark's strength was actually limiting the growth of the company and other employees. Using Definity Partners' proven Run, Improve, Grow system and working with a Definity project manager, Mark learned to trust his supervisors to take over the daily run activities.
And that's kind of difficult to do, to pass it over to somebody else and say, here, this is what you need to do. I knew I needed to do it because there was no way I was going to get enough time to spend on the things I needed to unless I gave that up.
The result was positive because we got to make changes that we thought would be better off.
Supervisors who used to pitch in on the line were instead using their time to work with their operators to create efficiencies and space.
That time on the production line was probably my crutch to say I don't have time to do anything else. So there's always an excuse there. Now I'm no longer on the production line at all, and I'm taking care of improvements.
Big improvements, like in TV assembly, where converting from batch assembly to single-piece flow increased production by 50%.
We can afford to run both TVs on one line and switch back and forth on that one line. So the other line is opened up now to where we can do prototypes and stuff like that. And then it will eventually turn into new television production.
We felt like we was part of the improvement, you know, so that's always good. And I think that's a big part of it, is that they listen to the operators, because who knows the company more and the bread and butter about it than the people that actually work the jobs.
This warehouse that we're standing in wasn't here, and we were able to gain the space by moving equipment around, moving people to other areas of the building that better utilized the product flow and gave us a great warehouse to draw from.
Tighter work areas had unexpected benefits.
When that first happened, it was hard. We were climbing all over ourselves until we started thinking more of a lean setup. The result was positive because we got to make changes that we thought would be better off, and we formed a tighter area to where we didn't have to walk as far, and we're still in the process right now of finishing that off.
It's a more efficient place, it's a cleaner place. They are talking about a new product coming in-house here probably sometime this year, and we do have the floor space now to where we can easily accommodate that.
I think it's changed really for the good. Like I said, it's a lot less stressful, makes our job easier.
Customer satisfaction has taken a huge jump. Within the first 25 days or so, we jumped those numbers to 85% and 100%.
We're making the product with basically the same number of people as we were before, but we're producing 50% more. That's productivity, and that hits the bottom line.